Even a simple conversation with a narcissist can completely crash you. At the moment, you might feel like you handled it just fine, but the real impact often comes later, hours, days, or even weeks afterward, depending when the implant releases its poison into you. You might sit at home and suddenly feel overwhelming emotions, fear, anger, frustration, sadness, or you may find yourself crying for no apparent reason. These feelings are the delayed effect of the encounter, surfacing only when your body feels safe enough to process them. You cannot usually explain this to others because most people do not understand it. Many keep themselves constantly busy, not necessarily out of necessity, but because deep down, they fear that stopping will release years of blocked emotions, which might overwhelm them. Those of us already broken by narcissistic abuse cannot block our body's natural responses to toxicity anymore. We are forced to face what damages us, and the only viable solution is to remove the toxic person from our lives completely. This often goes against social, cultural, and religious norms, like leaving a toxic family or finding ways to sustain yourself outside a system or matrix. Yet, even a brief chat with a narcissist can be traumatic. Sometimes, the conversation may even seem pleasant. That's intentional. They lure you in with these rare moments, keeping you coming back. Many people talk without realizing the harm they cause. But even casual conversation can cut you into 1,000 pieces in minutes. If you try to set a subtle boundary, asking them not to pry or refusing to listen to another graphic story, they may react cruelly, leaving you frozen, unable to respond. They will accuse you of being insensitive, selfish, shallow, or empty. This is projection. They can describe tragic events with intense passion because it doesn't move them emotionally. It gives them pleasure to see you squirm, to see you empathize too deeply with something that shouldn't concern you this intensely. On top of that, narcissists often cultivate a facade of sensitivity and empathy. They show the world that they care, while secretly drawing narcissistic supply from your reactions. They paint themselves white and you black, the perfect script. Even a seemingly innocent topic can be weaponized. You might mention a beautiful view you saw, only for them to turn it into a story of murder or tragedy, crushing the warm, subtle joy you felt. Narcissists do not want you to experience healthy emotional nourishment, they want to kill your spirit. Religion is a particularly potent tool in their hands. It cannot be questioned, so they can dress destruction in its guise, convincing you that your thoughts or feelings are sinful, wrong, or harmful to others. Even small casual remarks, like praising a dance in a talent show, can suddenly become sources of shame, guilt, and humiliation, making you feel responsible for others' sin. Words and emotions hold immense power, yet the world rarely acknowledges it. The impact of toxic speech is often denied, leaving you questioning your own sanity. Sometimes, people truly don't know the harm they cause, other times, they do, but they gaslight and deny it. Your job is not to understand why they behave this way. Your job is to recognize toxic behavior and limit contact, not just with the narcissist, but also with their loyalists. Anyone who remains loyal, whether good at heart or not, becomes part of the destructive system, a servant, a flying monkey. If you continue contact, there is no escaping the impact. Even brief exposure eventually weakens you, harms your health, or can push you toward narcissistic behaviors yourself, spreading the cycle of toxicity.